just like other older men my age. I've got quite a bit of experience with marriage, and I think that's a subject that I could give useful advice to young men. Guys, marriage is totally about complete honesty at all times with your wife. If you don't care whether you stay married or not. Sometimes comments, stupid stuff we say, or answering questions incorrectly that come from your wife can be a little bit dangerous. Let's take, for instance, what am I talking about? Let's take a stereotypical question. The wife says, "Honey, do you think this dress makes my butt look big?" Now, that's anybody who's been married for a while know there's a one-word answer to that with nothing more, just one word, no. Okay, you could say no, honey, that's okay, but no, nothing else. Like if you think a little too much about it and say, not that much bigger, no, that's dangerous, okay? I want to help prep you young men out there for those situations that can be like a sneaker wave across the beach of life that you are standing on that can sweep you out to the sea of loneliness. If you answer questions in the wrong way that your wife have put to you. Okay, let's take an example. For instance, you've been listening and nodding, maybe thinking about something else, but your wife has had a kind of one-sided conversation with you for 20 minutes, talking about something that's of interest to her, not a whole lot of interest to you, but you're kind of paying attention. And suddenly, she comes up with a question requiring a direct answer that involves more than, For example, how do you live with me sometimes? That's, guys, can you think of a really good answer to that? How about, do I drive you crazy sometimes? Yeah, think about that one. Or more philosophical, am I overthinking this? You got to be careful. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of matrimony. So be really careful. Men, it's genetic. We're going to say stupid stuff, but we got to fight it. In answer to these questions, there's also a time limit. Okay, you can try to be safe and just look thoughtfully and nod a little bit, but you can't do that for too long because that means you're thinking about it too much and your wife really doesn't want you to have to be thinking about the answer to these questions too long. So that's a no-win situation. Now, I have heard other men, not me, say stupid things in regards to meals and meal preparation if their wives made them a meal. Meals can be dangerous. You could say, hey, dinner was good, but can we stop there? No, just shut up after that. But no, we have to say more. We have to say, hey, dinner was good. Much better than yesterday, or something like that. I've got to say, my sweet father passed several years ago, the sweetest man on earth, but he said to my mom only once, one time, he said over a meal, quote, "That was actually good," unquote. It's genetics. We can't help ourselves, really. It's just, it's what we've got to live with. Recently, the physician I've had for like 40 years retired. He was like my age, so it was time. I had to make an appointment with the office to meet a new physician that would be my family doctor. Seemed like a nice guy, about 12 years old. He mentioned in conversation, and I'm sure I got this right, even though I didn't have my hearing aids in, that he said he had a 13-year-old son, which I don't think is possible at all. It's probably his older brother. And that's okay. Puberty is the new middle age after all, so that's, that's all right. Did make a mention of where he'd gone to medical school, but I'm pretty sure that was actually middle school, probably. And just as an aside, you guys, does it ever bother you that physicians practice medicine? I would prefer somebody who really has their stuff down before they start poking at me, but maybe that's just me. Not that long ago, I had to have a colonoscopy performed by a gastroenterologist about the same age as my new doctor. Again, nice guy, very, very serious. It just seemed to me like maybe he was the grown-up version of, that nerdy little, really smart kid in grade school that got picked on too much. And how do specialties get picked? I kind of think they line new medical students up and then just go eeny, meeny, miny, mo sort of thing, and that's what they're gonna do after medical school. And I imagine when gastroenterology came up, this young man went, yes, just what I wanted. Maybe in retrospect, though, it was a mistake for me to have mentioned all this to the doctor before the procedure. Seemed like, I don't know, somehow it didn't seem as comfortable an experience as had been advertised. I, for one, am glad that my colonoscopy is behind me. Over the years, I got to tell you, I'm a really good patient. Anesthesia has no effect on me. If anything, it makes me funnier than usual. After a recent surgery, as I was waking up in the recovery room, I remember being awake enough to be telling the recovery room nurse probably several times, telling her that I had the surgery staff in stitches. I cracked me up. I was trying to cheer her up, but it just seemed like she had a really hard day for some reason. I don't know. Hey, thanks folks for watching my video and coming along on this journey of mine. When you get a chance, please like the videos and subscribe if you can. And leave me comments. I would love to hear from you.